Question number 701. If the complainant is absent on the day fixed for the hearing of the case, the magistrate may, in his discretion, discharge the accused in certain circumstances. In which of the following circumstances the accused cannot be discharged? Option A, when the charge has been framed, when the offence is compoundable, when the offence is non-cognizable, when the proceeding has been instituted on a complaint. Here correct answer is option A, when the charge has been framed, then accused cannot be discharged. Question number 702. What is not true? Magistrate may discharge the accused if complainant is absent on the date of hearing, if the offence is compoundable or non-cognizable before the charge has been framed. Provision would be applicable for the complaint case and police case both. Here correct answer is option D. This option D is not true. Question number 703. Compensation for the accusation without reasonable cause can be awarded by the magistrate under section 357 clause 3 of CRPC, under section 250 of CRPC, under section 167 subsection 2 of CRPC, under section 436A of CRPC. Here correct answer is option B, that is under section 250 of CRPC. Question number 704. The amount of compensation which a magistrate can direct the complainant or informant to pay for an accusation without reasonable cause under section 250 of the CRPC is not exceeding rupees 5,000, not exceeding rupees 15,000, as he may determine, but not exceeding the amount of fine he is empowered to impose, not exceeding the amount of fine he is empowered to impose for the particular offence for which the accusation was made without reasonable cause. Here correct answer is option C, as he may determine but not exceeding the amount of fine he is empowered to impose. Question number 705. What is the maximum period of default sentence which can be awarded for non-payment of compensation for accusation without reasonable cause under section 250 of the CRPC? Here correct answer is option B, that is 30 days. Question number 706. The procedure for summons case is provided in the following section of CRPC. Correct answer is option B, that is section 251 to section 259. Question number 707. The summons procedure is adopted to cover offence punishable with option A, offence attracting up to 1 year imprisonment, option B, offence attracting up to 2 years imprisonment, option C, offence attracting up to 7 years of imprisonment, and option D, all of the above. Correct answer here is option B, that is offence attracting up to 2 years imprisonment. Question number 708. In reference to the trial of summon cases by a magistrate, which of the following statement is correct? The court shall frame charge after hearing the accused and the prosecution. Option B, the court may discharge the accused after hearing the prosecution and the accused. Option C, there is no requirement for the court to hear the accused and the particulars of the offence shall be stated to him. Correct answer here is option C. Question number 709. In the trial of the summon case by magistrate, charges must be framed. Charges need not be framed. Charges can be framed provided accused does not object. Only substance of accusation is to be stated. Correct answer here is option D. In a trial of summon case by a magistrate, only substance of accusations can be stated. Question number 710. When in summon case the accused appears or is brought before the magistrate? Option A, the prosecutor shall open his case by describing the charge brought against the accused and stating by what evidence he proposes to prove the guilt of the accused. B, the magistrate shall frame in writing a charge against the accused if upon consideration of the police report and the documents sent with it and making it such examination as the magistrate thinks necessary, magistrate is of the opinion that there is ground for presuming that the accused has committed an offence. C, the particulars of the offence which he is accused shall be asked whether he pleads guilty or he has any defence to make, but he shall not necessary to frame a formal charge. None of these. Here correct answer is option C, that is the particulars of the offence which he is accused of shall be asked whether he pleads guilty or has any defence to make, but it shall not be necessary to frame a formal charge. Question number 711. Provision for discharge of an accused in trial of summons case by magistrate is provided in section 251, section 252, section 253, none of these. Correct answer here is option D, that is none of these. Question number 712. In a summon case, when the accused appears or is brought before the magistrate, it shall not be necessary to A, state the particulars of the offence of which he is accused, ask whether he pleads guilty, ask whether he has any defence to make, frame a formal charge. Correct answer here is option D, that is it shall not be necessary to frame a formal charge. Question number 713. An offender can plead guilty and pay fine with the help of the postal department under the provision of. Correct answer here is option B, that is under section 253 of CRPC. Question number 714. Which provision of CRPC deals with the withdrawal of complaint? A. Section 223, B. Section 254, C. Section 257, D. Section 259. Correct answer here is Section 257 deals with the withdrawal of complaint. Question number 715. When a complaint is withdrawn under Section 257 of the CRPC with the permission of the magistrate, the magistrate shall A. Neither discharge nor acquit the accused, discharge the accused, acquit the accused, convict the accused. Correct answer here is option C, that is acquit the accused. Question number 716. An application filed under Section 257 of CRPC is allowed, so the accused will be released, discharged, convicted, acquitted. Correct answer is option D, that is acquitted. Question number 717. Withdrawal of a complaint results in the discharge of the accused in cases where the charge has not yet been framed, acquittal of the accused in cases where the charge has already been framed, acquittal of the accused irrespective of whether the charge has been framed or not, and none of the above. Correct answer here is option C, that is acquittal of the accused irrespective of whether the charge has been framed or not. Question number 718. In the interest of the justice, a magistrate has the power to try a summon case, a warrant case. Therein the offence can be tried. The under is punishable with imprisonment exceeding 6 months, exceeding 4 months, exceeding 1 year, none of the above. Correct answer is option A, that is exceeding 6 months. Question number 719. In which of the following circumstances magistrate has the power to convert summon case into a warrant case? Option B, that is in the interest of justice. Question number 720. In which of the trials hearing of accused on sentence is not necessary? Option A, trial before a court of session, trial of warrant cases, trial of summon cases, all of these. Correct answer here is option C, that is trial of summon cases. Question number 721. In which of the following case a magistrate can order stopping further investigation when the investigation is not concluded within 6 months from the date on which the accused was arrested? Option A, non-cognizable case, summons case, warrant case, cognizable case. Correct answer here is option B, that is summons case. Question number 722. Whether in a summons trial case instituted otherwise than upon a complaint, magistrate of the first class can stop the proceeding and discharge, not acquit the accused without the pronouncing judgment. Option A, no, magistrate must after recording entire evidence pronounce final judgment of conviction or acquittal. Yes, after evidence of the principal witness has been recorded. C, yes, for the reasons to be recorded where evidence of principal witness has not been recorded. Yes, as a magistrate has a discretion to discharge or acquit regardless of the state of the proceedings. Correct answer is option C, yes, for reasons to be recorded where evidence of principal witness has not been recorded. Question number 723. Stoppage of proceedings in a criminal case has the effect of A, acquittal in all circumstances, B, acquittal where the evidence of the principal witness has been recorded, C, discharge in all other cases where the evidence of the principal witness has not been recorded, both B and C. Correct answer is option D, that is both B and C. Question number 724. Power of court to convert summon case into warrant case is provided under Section 302, Section 259, Section 301, Section 332. Correct answer here is option B, that is Section 259 of CRPC. Under which section of CRPC provision regarding summary trial is given? Option A, Section 360 to 365, Section 260 to 265, Section 256 to 258, Section 180 to 190. Correct answer here is option B, that is Section 260 to 265. Question number 726. Which of the following courts can try summarily offences mentioned in Section 260 of CRPC? Any Chief Judicial Magistrate, any Metropolitan Magistrate, any Magistrate of the first class specifically empowered by the High Court in this behalf, all of the above. Correct answer here is option D, that is all of the above. Question number 727. Under CRPC, what will be the effect of trial conducted at a wrong place? Vitiate itself, vitiate if caused failure of justice, seriousness has to be seen, is to be referred to session judge. Correct answer here is option B, that is vitiate if caused failure of justice. Question number 728. Under CRPC, who empowers the judicial magistrate of first class for summary trial? Option A, the state government, the High Court, the Session Court, the CJM. Correct answer here is option B, that is the High Court. Question number 729. Any metropolitan magistrate may, if thinks fit, try in summary way the following offence under Section 260 of CRPC. Option A, theft under Section 379, 380 or Section 381 of IPC where the value of property stolen does not exceed 2000 rupees. Option B, offence under Section 454 and 456 of IPC. C, receiving or retaining stolen property under Section 411 of IPC where the value of the property does not exceed 2000 rupees. All of the above. Here correct answer is option D, that is all of these. Question number 730. Which one of the following offences may not be tried summarily? Offences punishable with imprisonment up to 3 years, Offences under section 454 and 456 of IPC, theft under section 379, 380, 381 of IPC where the value of the property stolen does not exceed 2000 rupees, abatement of any of the foregoing offences. Correct answer here is option A, that is offences punishable with imprisonment up to 3 years. Question number 731. A magistrate can try an offence as summary trial if the offence alleged is punishable with imprisonment not exceeding 6 months, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year. Correct answer here is option C, that is 2 years. Question number 732. Which one of the following offences trials summarily? Wrongful restraint, abducting in order to murder, house trespass, offence not punishable with death, imprisonment for life, or imprisonment for a term exceeding 2 years. Correct answer here is option D, that is offence not punishable with death, imprisonment for life, or imprisonment for a term exceeding 2 years. Question number 733. Which of the following cannot be tried summarily? Option A, those offences which are punishable for 2 years. Option B, those offences which are punishable for more than 2 years. Option C, offences of theft when the value of subject matter is theft rupees 150. Offences under section 454 and 456. Correct answer here is option B, that is those offences which are punishable more than 2 years cannot be tried summarily. Question number 734. Which of the following offence cannot be summarily tried? Option A, grievous hurt. Option B, theft when the value of stolen property is below rupees 200. Offence relating to section 454 and 456 of IPC. Offence of abatement of the offences enumerated under section 206 clause 7 of CRPC. Correct answer here is option A, that is grievous hurt. Question number 735. Which of the following is not triable summarily? Option A, theft where the value of property stolen does not exceed rupees 500. Lurking house trespass, assisting in concealment of stolen property of the value not exceeding rupees 300. Receiving or retaining stolen property under section 411 IPC when the value of property does not exceed rupees 250. Correct answer here is option B, that is lurking house trespass cannot be tried summarily. Question number 736. A magistrate can try summarily the offence of theft under section 379, 380 or 381 of IPC where the value of the property stolen does not exceed rupees 2000 is the right answer. Question number 737. Which of the following offence cannot be tried summarily? Option A, offences under section 460 of the IPC, offences punishable with imprisonment for a term not exceeding 2 years, theft under section 379 of IPC where the value of property stolen does not exceed 2000 rupees, offence under section 456 of IPC. Here correct answer is option A, that is offence under section 460 of IPC cannot be tried summarily. Question number 738. In summary trial, the trial procedure of the court should follow: procedure of session trial, procedure of warrant trial, procedure of summons trial. No specified procedure is prescribed. Correct answer is option C, that is procedure for summons trial. Question number 739. Under which one of the following section of CRPC magistrate of the second class can conduct summary trial? Correct answer is option B, that is section 261 of CRPC. Question number 740. Under CRPC, maximum term of imprisonment awarded in a summary trial is? Correct answer is option B, that is 3 months. Question number 741. Provision regarding plea bargaining under CRPC is provided in? Option B is the right answer, that is chapter 21A. Question number 742. Plea bargaining, a new chapter added by the Criminal Procedure Code 1973 by the Criminal Law Amendment Act 2005 is contained in section 265A to 265E, section 265A to 265L, section 265A to 265M, section 265A to 265N. Correct answer here is option B, that is section 265A to 265L. Question number 743. Chapter 21A of CRPC was incorporated in the year? Correct answer here is option B, that is 2006. It has come by the amendment of 2005, but it was incorporated in the year 2006. Question number 744. The chapter of plea bargaining is added to the CRPC by? Correct answer is option B, that is Criminal Law Amendment Act 2005, Act number 2 of 2006. Question number 745. Plea bargaining is applicable to offences other than offence for which punishment of death or of imprisonment for life or imprisonment for a term exceeding dash years has been provided. Correct answer is option A, that is 7 years. Question number 746. Provisions of chapter 21A of CRPC are not applicable to cases where the final report discloses offence punishable for death, offence punishable for imprisonment for life, offence punishable for a term exceeding 7 years of imprisonment, offences punishable for a term exceeding 3 years of imprisonment. Which of the following is correct? Here in question number 746, correct answer is option C, that is first, second and third statement are correct, whereas fourth statement is not correct. Question number 747. Plea bargaining is applicable to police cases only, complaint cases only. Correct answer is option C, that is both police case and complaint cases. Question number 748. Provisions relating to plea bargaining is applicable to offences affecting the socio-economic conditions of India, offences committed against women, offences against children below 14 years of age, none of the above. Here correct answer is option D, that is none of the above. Question number 749. The provisions of plea bargaining under Chapter 21A of CRPC are not applicable if the offence is committed against a child below the age of, correct answer is option B, that is 14 years. Question number 750. An accused may apply for plea bargaining when he has committed an offence for which the punishment extends for the imprisonment exceeding 7 years, an offence which affects socio-economic condition of the country, an offence against a woman, an offence of theft. Correct answer is option D, that is an offence of theft.